awesome workout. We had an awesome workout. I'm loving it. It was amazing. And then there's this guy. Momo. Ow! How did you get your collar around your arm? Ow. Stop it. I have to take it off. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Hey, yo.
Look at this. Wait, I have to take it off. Look at this. It's around his arm. How? Okay, friends, it is the next day. I look like that because I had a really intense class this morning. It was hot. We're sweating. The aircon is on. And I've started on my daughter's room. So this is the hardest room to renovate because we have termite damage. And more termite damage and more termite damage and more termite damage. So a wallpaper 3.5 meters tall, and hopefully it's gonna be easy. So the wallpaper is coming off. Half of this ceiling is coming off. See, all the way. Half of the ceiling is coming off, and we need to resand the floors, and I need to fill in the gaps, for example, like this from the old termite damage. So there's no active termites. There haven't been for a very long time, and the house has been treated, and everything's up to date. This house is 110 years old. If you haven't seen my other videos, I am not renovating perfectly. I am renovating for as long as it's safe and it looks good. For example, these walls, they're actually metal. So because this house is so old, they, instead of putting asbestos walls like a lot of people did, they actually put metal walls. So to be honest, it's not a bad idea because it actually keeps the heat or keeps the coolness in. So I'm not mad about it. At first I was like, I'm gonna tear all these walls down, but then you can see how it actually preserved and protected the structure of the house. So I don't care. I've painted the walls in my room. I've painted the walls in my daughter's room, my other daughter's room, and through the corridor. And for example, this is like a little example that we have. This is gonna be covered as well, but once you paint it, it's actually not that bad. And now that I'm starting to work on this room, we're trying to move everything out. That's why it looks like a big mess. She's got a lot of toys. She loves to play with toys. She loves dolls. So right now I'm trying to move it, but I'm trying to stack it so my brain doesn't explode from the mess. So this TV stand is gonna go. She's not gonna have that anymore. The idea is to put shelving, actually install it on the wall, along the wall here, along the wall here, and it's gonna stop just over the window so everything's nice and lined up. And we're gonna do the same principle I did in my room, where the bulkier items that we don't use, more like not heavy, but more like blankets, spare blankets, like winter blankets, hoodies, all that kind of stuff. And then when winter comes, then we do the rotation, bring the summer stuff up and the winter stuff at the bottom. So we're gonna just put the drawers here, and on the other side put the hangers, and then all her dollies and everything is gonna be at the top. I'm thinking, or I might do another like shelving system here just around the dollhouse. I don't know yet. I'm a little bit funny. I was thinking maybe installing like a closet behind the door, so that's out of the way and this can be a little bit more open. But to be honest, she is going to be 10 this year, only going to be a couple more years probably until she's not interested in playing with dolls anymore. So I really need to think long term. So as a teenager, you're still gonna have your, your closets by the side, and the shelving you're probably gonna use for something else, which is not gonna be dolls. And this area are gonna stay nice and open, so it's gonna be a huge open space. And because we want to get her like a massive beanbag, that she loves to chill and like do her reading or do her homework. The TV is gonna go up on the wall. And then she's got gymnastics, massive gymnastics mat and gymnastics bar that we usually just prop against the wall until she wants to use it. And it actually perfect fit up to the TV stand. So now that the TV stand's gonna move, she's gonna have this whole floor space to practice her gymnastics, and it's actually gonna work really well for us. So I'm trying not to lose it because all these toys, it's a lot. And I don't know where to put them so they don't stress me out. I'm thinking I might put them in boxes and slide them under my bed so I don't see them. To be honest, I think that's what I'm going to do because, first of all, I'm on a budget and I'm doing everything myself and I work full-time. I'm studying. I have my own full-time business. So financially and also mentally and physically, I'm prepping myself to do this room in about a month or so. And then I'm gonna move on to updating my kitchen, and then we're going on a little holiday, on school holidays. So I'm really hoping that I can complete this in a month. And that's me working maybe an hour or two and some weekends when I have time. Y'all, big things, but it's nothing, you know, if you're after renovations that are not like hectic and huge, and understanding that yes, eventually this walls would be awesome to change, but in reality I am doing this by myself, and we're just trying to make it cute and cozy. And trust me, you don't need to change absolutely everything unless it's falling apart. You don't need to change everything. Like, this is falling apart, we're changing it, we're not covering it up. This was a temporary thing. So anything that's structurally need changing, I'm doing it. Anything that's for the looks, like you see this wallpaper peeling off, like this wallpaper is old. This wallpaper is an OG of this house. Hopefully it will just keep peeling like this. My life would be so easy if it does, and it would be very satisfying to record. So if you're keen on seeing the progress, I'm going to be posting about this room for the next couple of vlogs, and you can look at my other vlogs where I have little little pop-up renovations throughout vlogs as well. Each vlog there's something. There's a book, and there's Reno, and there's a rant. So yeah, anyways, let's keep clean. I am sweating bullets. The room is empty and I've started on peeling the wallpaper, and it's not hard, but it's a little bit harder than I thought. So the wallpaper is old, but the trick is, I don't know if you can see, taking this guy and really getting under the wallpaper. And the one that's stuck, so some pieces are here, I actually have to go in and scrape it off. So it's like good news and bad news. So I wasn't planning on getting started on this today. My daughter got really excited and started peeling it off, and I realized that I need to do it with a spatula. So I'm thinking, so that I don't go crazy, I might just do this side a little bit, or if I'm still in a mood, I might just do one wall at a time rather than having like a full day. So I'm gonna try and do maybe a wall and then just rest, and then maybe do another wall. But it's like 38 degrees outside and we are sweating, and it's the weekend, and I'm not overexerting myself. I'm taking these projects now, not full speed ahead. I'm still going to spend time with my kids. I'm just taking it by mood. Lesson learned. Otherwise, I'm going to be too exhausted. So let's try and peel this off. My bunny ears will be... Okay, I got these lasagna sheets only for $3.35, and we're making lasagna from scratch. My daughter loves lasagna, so She's feeling a little bit flat, so we're gonna surprise her and we're gonna make a lasagna.
Whoa, snaky boo.
I started peeling off the wallpaper. We are focusing on renovating our daughter's room for the next couple of weeks, and I found this guy. And this is saving my kids came up with this idea, and I think it's absolutely awesome because just this little chunk right here took me an hour. With this scraper, I scraped this down in about 10 minutes. It was awesome. So my hopes are high that I can scrape this wall off today, and hopefully we can smash out some of the ceiling today as well and actually just sit here and see what we're dealing with. Let's go for this journey together. Right, a little update. We've sanded down the floors and I wiped them off. That's why they look kind of all over the place. So while the floors are drying, I'm actually going to start painting the planks, and this is a primer on the skirting board, so we're actually going to start going over with the actual white paint. Once we do that, we're going to oil up the floors and let it all sit and dry. What is going on? So I've placed my daughter's closet thing. So that one's mainly maybe some dresses and some jackets, and then I've added 2 extra shelves over the top because this wall is quite ugly. So we're actually covering it up with clothes and making it like an open shelving. These are Oodies, and then we're still gonna put a little bit more on the side. Now the curtains are gonna go up to the ceiling about here, and then they're gonna be covering the edges of the window, so that would actually broaden up the place and make it look a lot bigger and taller as well. And I am adding extra shelf in here, and then there's nothing in here at the moment, so we might put like maybe like hats, scarves and stuff like that over this side. So there will be extra shelving, which is sitting right here. I'm just short on brackets. I didn't realize that I'm gonna add more shelving than I thought, and so I started working over this side. It's gonna have the same thing going over the top, and that side is gonna have more like we're gonna put some books up there. They can maybe even put the books on the cabinet here, and that one's gonna be more like decorative. I might put a little decoration at the top there. This is the wall that I was going to cover with wallpaper, but Bunnings doesn't sell wallpaper anymore. So this is what's happening at the moment. We'll put what was on the window IKEA stuff here, her dollhouse here. So this is where she keeps all her toys. It's all sorted out into yeah, her little cubicles. And then she has a lot of like home toys and dolls. So this is just, I'm just checking. So there's actually a lot more that's going to be coming out. I do have extra shelf I'm going to put over the top of this dollhouse. That's where I'm gonna go her Barbies and OMGs and stuff like that. And then I'm adding an extra shelving for here as well for extra like little house stuff that she has. She plays a lot with those. And I'm actually gonna move this over a little bit so that the cabinet lines up with the shelving, and that gives me that extra chunk on the side. And we're actually gonna put her whiteboard, blackboard, double-sided, because she likes playing school a lot. So we're actually going to slide that in. One of the things she mentioned to me yesterday is like, where is my gymnastics mats and gymnastics bars going to go? I'm just going to have to prop it against this wall. The wall came out pretty cool now. So things are coming along. We're going to put her loft bed over this side. Fingers crossed that it is in one piece, because I got it from Marketplace. And I've been kind of burnt from Marketplace before with people selling me stuff that's not complete. So my fault for not checking, but this one is free. So even if it's not complete, I can reuse it for something else. But fingers crossed that it is, and it's wood. So if anything, you can get extra wood pieces and yeah, work with that. So right now what I'm gonna do, I have a piece of wood that I'm gonna MDF that I'm gonna be cutting for these bookshelves, and I'm gonna take a little break. I'm only gonna be able to install 2 shelves because, like I said, we need brackets. So we're gonna pause with the shelving and do what we can now, and I think I'm gonna start bringing her toys in and building the loft bed. And I think on the weekend, on the Friday, I'm gonna head over and get some curtains, and we want to get a massive beanbag or like a crash pad for her here as well, so that she can chill when her friends come over, and stuff like that. So it's coming together. We're going to get some decor for the rooms as well. And this wall, again, because it's the ugly wall, I was going to cover it with wallpaper, but I'm thinking we're going to get a poster, and we have a Lowell poster, but she was thinking Alfmau that she's really into. But I was also thinking, what if we kind of like paint kind of like a scallopy spot, and then we can hang her medals there, I'm thinking, because she's got a few gymnastics medals. And I'm thinking maybe we can like display like a medals wall. I think that would be cute, or we can do that over her bed. I don't know, but it's coming together. It's coming together. The floors don't look so bad. It's a rough job, but better than what it was, that's for sure. So we're just going on the budget. We're rolling with the punches and just getting done right now what we can. instructions, so I'm literally just winging it and putting the pieces together and just see where it takes us.
Oh my god! I actually love it.
Yeah, go have a look.
Oh, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's the good one. Yeah.
You like that one, eh?